Greetings. I am Dr. Anshu, Associate Professor at K.R. Mangalam University, Gurugram. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to respected Dr. Arjun Dave and Vedant Knowledge Systems for organizing India's largest virtual conference on Sustainable Development Goals 2030, Bridging Gaps, Building Futures for Viksit Bharat at 2047. This conference is indeed a wonderful opportunity for everyone to come together and discuss strategies that would be effective in promoting India's sustainable development. It is truly an honor to chair a session at this conference.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Sanjana, currently pursuing BCA second year from Chanakya University, Bangalore, along with my co-author, Kirtana. Our paper is on green data centers, a pathway to sustainable energy and digital growth in India. So, as we all know, India is experiencing rapid digital growth. Uh, we need to focus more on the this data center as more data will come up as the population grows broader and wider. Um, we are mostly focusing mainly on green data centers because it will help the environment responsibly by adopting energy efficient technology, renewable energy sources like solar, wind power, etc., and sustainable practices that will minimize the environmental impact. So, what exactly green data center is? Green data center is a place where data is managed, stored, and processed in an eco-friendly way. Uh, this center focus on saving energy, cutting carbon emissions, and reducing harm to the environment by using renewable energy. Um, India, it stands third in the world as the largest renewable energy producer. But however, we are mainly focusing on to coal for the electricity that is provided for the data center. So why green data center is important? Traditional data centers, they consume vast amount of electricity, which is generally come from the non-renewable sources, which I said coal, which is contributing significantly to the carbon footprints. So green data centers will help mitigate the environmental impact by adopting the sustainable practices. They will also focus on energy efficiency using innovative technologies to ensure that energy is not wasted, which in turns will help the environment. Um, for this, we have based on three parameters, that is policy, funding, and technology. Technology, there are not enough training programs. For the training programs focus on green technologies or sustainable practices. Many of the professionals, they are also unaware of how important energy efficient system are for data centers. Also, there are problems due to high cost of importing technology and expertise from other countries, as well as low investor confidence because green investment takes a long time to provide returns. Um, Moving on to the policy side, The India's national data center policy has a huge gaps that makes it difficult to develop truly green data centers. For example, there are no mandatory rules requiring the use of renewable energy, while also the policy encourages it. The decision is left to the individual companies whether they want to go for the renewable energy or they want to be with the coal productions and all. Um, On to the funding part. Currently, there's no union budget or funding that has been allocated specifically for developing data centers in India, even though they are critical for the country's digital infrastructures. Uh, Data centers plays an important role in securing, managing data for government programs like Digital India, Smart Cities, etc. So without funding, it will be a challenging to meet the growing demand for clean, energy efficient data centers. We have proposed a framework for this, and now Kirtana will continue with the framework.
So, in our paper, we propose this framework of parameters. So, since there's no direct focus policy of direct focus on these data. Since there is no direct focus on any policy which focuses directly on this green data center, we propose introducing specific policies for green data centers, including mandatory energy efficiency standards, and simplify procedures for subsidies and permissions, enforce stricter regulations, and provide incentives for green certification. For funding, we suggest offering low interest loans or financial incentives for green infrastructure investments, creating dedicated green technology funds or grants, and by attracting foreign investments by offering tax exemption and simplifying the investment process overall. Technology, since there are a lot of shortage of professionally skilled in energy efficient and in renewable energy technologies, we suggest introducing specialized training programs and certification for green data center technologies in technical institutes. We suggest promoting local research and development to create cost-effective, locally tailored solutions and encourage collaboration between academia and industry to upskill the workforce and develop innovative solutions. Moving on, uh, while we were working on this paper, we had so many challenges as we could not find enough information. We couldn't find enough information, and there wasn't any previous research or any previous resources where we can refer to it. So there needs to be a lot of projects which focus should be focused on this particular data center theme. And in conclusion, green data centers are key to building a sustainable digital future for India by overcoming challenges like high costs, skill gaps, and policy issues through clear strategies and joint efforts. We can reduce environmental impact while supporting growth. Together, government, businesses, and the tech industry can make digital transformation both eco-friendly and efficient. Thank you.
The first paper was presented by Meinam Sanjana Devi from Chanakya University, co-authored by Kirthana Ganesh. The title of the paper is Green Data Centers, a Pathway to Sustainable Energy and Digital Growth in India. This paper provides an insightful examination of the challenges and opportunities surrounding the adoption of green data centers in India, a crucial aspect of country's digital and environmental future. The focus on the intersection of technological progress and sustainability is timely given India's rapidly expanding digital infrastructure and the growing need to address the environmental impacts of this expansion. The paper effectively outlines the importance of green data centers in achieving sustainability goals, especially in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (SDG 7), which calls for sustainable, reliable, and modern energy for all. By adopting energy efficient technologies and renewable energy sources such as solar and wind, green data centers can significantly reduce carbon emissions, lower operational costs, and ensure compliance with the environmental regulations as noted in the paper. Lower operational costs and ensure compliance with the environmental regulations as noted in the paper. Overall, the paper successfully highlights the vital role of the green data centers in India's pursuit of a digitally advanced and environmentally sustainable future. While challenges remain, the proposed solutions are grounded in practicality and provided a roadmap.
Hello everyone. Today I am giving you an introduction about myself. I have completed my PhD in 2020 in computer science, MPhil in statistics, MBA in HR, MCA, and completed multiple postgraduates in diplomas. My experience is 11 years and 6 months as an assistant professor and head of department at BCA College at Jaydeep. Along with, I have been working as a counselor role at IGNU Study Center 0962D at Junagadh. Right now, I am working in Atmiya University, Department of Computer Science, from 2.5 years experience, as well as working as a counselor in regional center of IGNU at Rajkot. I technically sound in different programming language as well as web application. I have published multiple research papers in UGC case, peer review journals, and Scopus Index journals. I have registered 2 patents, e-business sustainable development and supply chain finance management. I have also served as a reviewer, session chairs, and PPC members in so many international conferences and journals. I have participated and taken a workshop and app debate in different organizations. I am also working as a trainers to train the students in the field of IT as well as the student development purpose. If any institutes is giving a particular topics. I have also as a sportsmanship spirits. I have inter college and university wrestling champions as well as won the quad competition which was being organized by the Department of Gujarat Government Ayurvedic. Still, I am working as a students, as learners, and as an educators, researchers in the field of education. Thank you.
Namaste. My name is Partha Majumdar. I'm the Managing Director of Majumdar Consultancy Private Limited, and we are based in Bangalore. I have been in the computer science industry for last 35 years. Currently, I am also a student of Kalinga University, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. I am doing my PhD part-time on computer science. The topic of my paper is Empowering Skill Development Using Generative AI. Discovering and addressing skill gap is a key in today's knowledge-driven economy, enabling economic growth while reducing inequalities. Here I present a novel approach using generative AI for resume analysis, skill extraction, and personal recommendation based on cutting-edge research directions. Utilizing high-end natural language processing and data analytics, the method integrates person-specific skills with evolving industry phenomena. The method is designed to combat urgent issues in education and employment, providing key data on skill gap and improvement routes. Using practical studies, it illustrates how bespoke guidance can empower individuals in their pursuit of meaningful career, contributing to sustainable development. This aligns with SDG 4, quality education, 8, decent work and economic growth, 9, industry innovation and infrastructure, and 10, reduce inequality. The methodology used is to upload a CV in a doc or a PDF format. We are not taking CVs from public sources like LinkedIn, etc., because to protect from any data misutilization or data breach issues. Once the CV is uploaded, we apply natural language processing techniques to extract the skills. So here is a filter is been programmed. The filter will only extract the skill related attributes and assign it to the candidate. Once the skills have been extracted, next we apply Gen AI. We use OpenAI APIs to recommend roles for the skills extracted. And here, apart from natural language processing, we also use Gen AI, OpenAI API to look for hidden skills. And once the recommended skills are extracted, it also provides justification why that particular role was recommended for the candidate. Using the recommended roles, we scrap the ResearchGate website for finding out what are the requirements for the recommended role. Based on the recommended role requirements and the extracted skills, we find a difference between the two to establish what are the gaps in the skills which exist in the candidate. Using the gaps in the skills, we again apply OpenAI API, that is generative AI, to analyze what is the skill gap and suggest the way forward. Once this mechanism has been completed, it generates a report with recommendations for the candidate. I look forward to your engaging with my paper. Namaste.
Hello everyone. Myself, Dr. Jaydeep Ramani, working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science at Atmiya University. So today, I will give you a recommendation on the paper entitled Empowering Skill Development Through Generative AI. In this paper, the presenter has presented a bridge skilling gaps using generative AI for resume analysis, skill extraction, personalized career recommendation. The study aligned with sustainable development goals, particularly in quality education, decent works, industry innovation, and reduce inequalities. Some of the strength this paper is well-structured methodology use, practical testing with real-world data, showing high accuracy in career prediction. The paper is focused on accessibilities, democratizing career guidance for unreserved communities, strong alignment with workforce transformation, and AI-driven skill developments. Some of the major areas which would like to improve in this paper is need a more detailed literature review comparing existing AI-based career guidance system because so many career guidance systems is already available. So it will compare with existing AI-based driven system. Should discuss ethical concern particularly bias in AI-driven recommendation, lacks in implementation strategies, such as how industries or governments can adopt the system. If the system is not implemented properly, or government or any industries would not use this particularly, then how this research paper would be helpful to the society. So, as a well researched and relevant paper, but could be strengthened with more comparative analysis, ethical consideration, and practical implementation insights required. Thank you. Thank you.
It is an honor to connect with you all virtually at the prestigious conference Sustainable Development Goal for Viksit Bharat. My name is Hasnain Narsandawala, a research scholar from Srimati Chandaben Mohanbai Patel Institute of Computer Application, and I am thrilled to present my paper entitled Empowering India's Energy Transition: The Role of Machine Learning in Green Hydrogen and Fuel Cell Technologies for Viksit Bharat. India's vision for Viksit Bharat focuses on sustainability, innovation, and self reliance. Clean energy is one of the major part of the Viksit Bharat, and green hydrogen it is one of the promising solution for reducing fossil fuel and its import. To adopt the green hydrogen, there are several challenges, just like a high cost and efficiency issues. In my paper, I explain how machine learning can help to solve this problem. Machine learning uses large amount of data to improve energy production and make process simpler and find the problem early. This can make green hydrogen and fuel cell work better and at the lower cost. I looked at real example where machine learning help electrolyzer work better, predict how much energy was needed and found system problem. This improvement increases efficiency and lower the cost, making green hydrogen easier to produce and more affordable. Fuel cells are also important for reducing pollution in industry and transportation sectors, and machine learning also can help to improve fuel cells and its efficiency. With the machine learning can predict when maintenance is needed and improve how fuel cell can work, helping them performance better. This supports the move to clean energy and help achieve sustainability goal. Working together with the policymaker, industry leader and the researchers is a key achieving this innovation. Using machine learning in green hydrogen and fuel cell technologies can drive energy transformation, helping India meet United Nations sustainability goal and secure its energy future. I encourage researchers and industry to invest in machine learning as it can help India move toward a cleaner, greener, and more prosperous future. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Myself, Dr. Jaydeep Ramani, working as a assistant professor in Department of Computer Science at Atmi University, Rajkot. Today, I will give you an recommendation and review on the paper entitled Empowering India's Energy Transition: The Role of Machine Learning in Green Hydrogen and Fuel Cell Technologies for Viksit Bharat 2047. The paper has some strength, well structured discussion on green hydrogen adaptation challenges, and machine learning application. When the researchers has using this machine learning application at that time, they had not describing how much data size was available. The paper also covers AI models like AAN, random forest, and LSTM for optimizing hydrogen production and fuel cell durabilities. It provides a global comparison like Japan, Germany, Australia, and policy recommendation. Progress is a roadmap for infrastructure, policy, and skill development to scale green hydrogen in India. But some of the improvements area they need deeper literature review on existing AI-based hydrogen optimization models because so many models is available. So researchers, I would like to recommend to use the AI models which already existing lacks empirical validation with real world case studies and performance metrics required. It also need to add AI limitation, ethical concern, and data securities in hydrogen application. Because whenever you are using an hydrogen, at that time the security and data is very major issue. A well-researched and relevant papers that could be strengthened with more empirical data, ethical discussion in details, and AI or ML. Hydrogen comparison is required because the things is required comparison. If you are not comparing hydrogen with AI ML, then it would not be possible to give an recommendation. Thank you.
Dr. Ramesh Cheripelli, working as Associate Professor at Veera Jyothi Institute of Technology, Hyderabad, in the Department of IT. So, my research area is cryptography, network security, blockchain. I have rich experience of 18 years of academic experience, and before that, 4 years of industrial experience I am having. I'm working as a session chair for this one of the conference. Thank you for giving the opportunity.
Good morning, one and all present for this conference. Today's my presentation topic is secure graphical password authentication. Yes, introduction. Authentication is a major problem in every system providing the secure access to the confidential information and personalized services. Usability. Password should be easy to remember and authentication process should be easy for the humans, including the blind, should take a less time. Security. Password should be secure, that is, it should look random, should be hard to guess, it should be changed frequently, should be different on the different accounts of the same user. It should not be written or stored down in the plain text. Yes, it is very important. Whatever the account now today's era, what happens, we have the different accounts, 2, 3, 4 accounts, and general user, what happens, they are using the same password for the all accounts. But what happens if attacker got our one account's password, so all the account password they will get and they will steal our information, data, and money also. Yes, graphical password are considered to be a secure graphical memory alternative to the text password. Yes, whatever the my graphical password, it is a very good alternative to the text password because we know that the weaknesses of this password. It is a cost-effective, user-friendly authentication solution since it uses the require no special hardware of the training. Human have the vast, almost limitless visual memory and images are remembered for the longer time better than the text. Yes, if you can imagine that there are the two images, one is a random number and second one is Taj Mahal. If I remove this slide, and tell me that which one is you can remember. Obviously, your answer is what? The Taj Mahal instead of this numbering, because they are the random and these are the image only. So it is proven that the human has a vast memory to remember the images, visual things. Okay. So existing system, the text password, the weaknesses of the text password, we well known that because we just whatever the password we assign to our account, that is what it is like our date of birth, our wife's name, daughter's name, son's name, like that. But attacker using the brute force attack, they will easily get this information and they are easily hack your account and get the information. Second option is biometric based authentication. It is a good alternative to the text password, but it is a error prone and cost. It is having the more cost. It require the more cost as required to the text password. Existing approaches targeted towards the exploring the power of picture are mainly categorized in the three categories: draw scheme, locometry scheme, cognometry scheme, and Neptune. The problem statement: authentication system play a critical role in the insecure, ensuring the security and privacy of the user data and increasingly interconnected the digital world. The traditionally textual password system, while widely used, the text-based passwords are often vulnerable to the attacks such as phishing, brute force, dictionary attacks, and the social engineering attack. These vulnerabilities are exacerbated to the poor practices such as creating the weak password, reusing the password across the multiple account, and sharing the credential. As a result, significant portion of the security breaches can be attributed and compromise the authentication system. Yes, these are the drawbacks of the existing system. That is a draw metric. What happens in this? Suppose I draw the wrong this image. That time what happens? It will go to the internally and it will check whatever the draw I have made. So whatever my password is very important. To crack the password system, it requires the 1.10 in 1.4 into 10 raised to 9 third 9 10 raised to 9, that is 30p6. So thank you.
Hi everybody. This paper improving the performance of query processing and prefetching from large dataset secure graphical password authentication by Anil, Haribhau, Rokade and Dr. Santosh S. In this paper, it is a novel graphical password authentication scheme that enhances security while maintaining ease of use. The integration of text, numbers and image is an innovative step towards improving the password memorability and usability. The authors have built a well-researched framework addressing the limitations of traditional text-based passwords and providing a comprehensive discussions on usability and security challenges. The video effectively highlights the key aspects of the research, making it easy to understand the motivation, methodology, and practical applications of the proposed system. The proposed authentication system has a great potential in various domains such as banking, e-commerce, and secure transactions, making it highly relevant in today's digital landscape. The inclusion of OTP-based authentication and remote keyword mechanisms further strengthen the security aspects, effectively countering common passwords vulnerabilities. The future aspects, what are specified by the authors, vision of extending their work by designing algorithm for database security and secure data transmission is commendable, showing a strong commitment to continuous improvement. And when the contributions and the security come to this one, the research aligns well with the vision of the secure digital India, providing a scalable and user-friendly authentication solution that cloud benefits the millions. And the further research comes to this work has a solid foundation for future advancements in graphical authentication methods, encouraging researchers and developers to explore new dimensions in the cyber security. It's a very good. We are expecting more such type of work from them. It's very good. Thank you.
Namaste. My name is Dr. B. Veera Jyothi, CBIT Hyderabad. Today's seminar topic is A Vision for 2047 Building Viksit Bharat, India's Path to Sustainable Development through SDGs. Coming to the introduction, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, they propose a plan to help the world overcome issues such as poverty, inequality, climate change, or other health problems by the year 2030. As for India, a nation has the potential for great economic and social change. The goals, the with its various visions of Viksit Bharat at the rate 2047, which is a sustainable, nearly developed nation by the time India reaches its centenary milestone for its independence. The research focuses on the effectiveness the SDGs have on the Indian economy while also highlighting the issues such as environmental issues, resource constraints, socio-economic imbalance, and other governance issues. India's journey towards 2047 embodies the promise of sustainable future where no one is left behind. By strategically bridging gaps in policy, implementation, and innovation, the nation can set an example for inclusive and sustainable growth on a global scale. The dream of Viksit Bharat at 2047 is the clarion call to fill up these gaps so that development be inclusive, equitable, and sustainable. The methodology used for this research is a mixed method approach. It is an integration of both qualitative and quantitative analysis. Development goals, the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, the long term vision of Viksit Bharat, Developed India by 2047. The data collection methods used are the survey. It will have questions about education, health, gender equality, clean techniques with participants from variety of demographic and geographical locations throughout India. Data will be collected using online and offline methods to ensure inclusivity, especially in rural and remote areas. Another method is interviews, semi structured interviews. It will be used with key stakeholders, that is, policymakers, development experts, and community leaders for the implementation of SDG attainment. The case studies of successful SDG implementation by the state or district level, it will be analyzed to elicit replicable best practices and models of sustainable development. The focus will be on sectors like water management, renewable energy, adoption, poverty elevation, and gender empowerment, which align with India's development aspirations for 2047. The survey was administered to 1,500 respondents across the urban and rural areas. The responses were analyzed based on key aspects of the SDGs such as education, healthcare, gender, equality, and clean energy. The analysis of the case studies, 3 case studies were examined to assist local level SDG implementation. The first case study is related to water management in Rajasthan. implementation of rainwater harvesting techniques led to 20% improvement in water availability. The case study 2, renewable energy in Gujarat, solar energy adoption in rural areas increased by 35% in last few 5 years, that is till 2023. This study has illuminated the interconnected pathways between the Sustainable Development Goals 2030 and India's aspirational vision of Viksit Bharat at 2047. Major results point to solve the problem areas that need to be addressed. For example, poverty reduction, quality education, female empowerment, climate change, and economic fairness. Despite significant progress in certain domains, systemic barriers ranging from resource inefficiency to social inequalities still persist. They potentially impede the achievement of SDG targets and the broader development goals for 2047. Thank you.
Dr. Ramesh, working an associate professor at the Institute of Technology. I am giving the review on the paper A Vision for 2047, Building Viksit Bharat, India's Path to Sustainable Development through SDGs by Dr. B. Veera Jyothi, Dr. L. Suresh Kumar and Dr. P.V.R. Ravindra Reddy. This paper is presenting a well-structured and insightful roadmap toward India's development by 2047, seamlessly aligning the Sustainable Development Goals SDGs with national aspirations. The study is backed by strong quantitative and qualitative analysis, making it a valuable reference for policymakers, researchers, and development practitioners. By addressing economic growth and environmental sustainability and social inclusivity, the paper provides a holistic strategy for achieving a developed India by 2047. The video effectively communicates complex ideas in a clear and compelling manner, making the research accessible and impactful for a broad audience. The paper offers actionable recommendations highlighting the role of governance, innovation, and public-private partnerships in sustainable development. This work emphasizes the importance of collaboration among governments, industries, and communities, reinforcing the need for an inclusive approach to national progress. The proposed framework is not just visionary but also practical, it ensuring realistic, measurable progress toward India's long-term development goals. This research serves as a strong foundation for future studies and policies implementation, inspiring new strategies to accelerate India's growth and sustainable efforts. I'm congratulating all the others. I'm expecting more such type of work from them. It's very nice. Thank you.
Hello, good evening to the team Vedanta and all the committee members, organizing members, those who made their effort to organize this biggest conference all over the India. And I thank to give the opportunity to handle the session chair, to observe the paper, review it, and comment it. We try maximum to give the right suggestions and comments related to the technicality and in the prospect of the academic understanding. In the meanwhile, if any of the paper is not accepted this time, does not mean that the author is not eligible for the next time. There is always chances to have the improvement and modification in the knowledge and articles. So you do not have to discourage yourself if any one of the paper has not been listed to this conference. Definitely, in very worst case, the paper is not listed in the conference. Otherwise, in maximum levels, I tried my best. By keeping the view with my experience of the 20 years, working at various positions including lecturers, assistant professor and associate professor. In the field of the AI, machine learning, deep learning, along with the data sciences, using the speciality in the image processing and NLP, I am trying to move forward and trying to increase my knowledge every day, every minute. I am working, I am learning. So still I feel myself, I am a learner and I improve myself. So I hope you will understand further. Thank you very much, Team Vedanta.
Namaskaram to everyone. I am Dr. Bharat from Chanakya University. I feel it's my great pleasure to interact with you all on this virtual platform under Viksit Bharat 2047. So this conference focuses on sustainable developmental goals for 2030, and the current work which mainly looked at a smart city program, which is part of the sustainable developmental goals SDG 11, and enhancing the citizen participation and also the understanding the city make sure that city development based on the sustainable practices. So the current work mainly looked at the challenges of the smart city program, and also we have backed up the our understanding through the spatio-temporal land use analysis. So when you consider the smart cities mainly governed by the information and communication technology, and union government has identified 100 cities as under the smart city program. On This program has been launched on 25th June 2015 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and this mainly aim to look at develop the existing infrastructure and also upgrading the infrastructure through the sustainable and innovative planning. So the mission of the smart city is to enhance the quality of the life, economic growth and job creation, and inclusive participation of the citizens, and also the using the e-governance technology and make sure the public safety. And the selection process, mainly the states or union territories sends the proposal for the smart cities, and this smart city proposal will be weighted based on the various parameter considering the existing infrastructure, population growth, economic activities, and also the chance for the upgrading, and as well as the inclusion of the modern technologies. So once the selection criteria has been met by the set of cities, then that will be considered under the smart city mission. So there are three important process involved. One is retrofitting, redevelopment, and greenfield development. So one is enhancing the existing infrastructure, and also including of the modern technologies, and also looking at the sustainable practices which can enhance the quality of the urban life. So these are the current status of the smart cities. There are 8,000 projects of the diverse themes were taken out, and also the 1,64,000 crores has been invested on this smart city mission. When you look at the positive outcome of the smart city, there is a inclusive planning is happening, and also the citizen have got a lot of awareness regarding the usage of the technology and how the technology can solve the existing problems in the urban setup, and also how the community can be effectively engaged in the city development. So, but when you consider the negative or the challenges of the smart cities, there is a rapid urban. The India is facing the rapid urbanization, and 40% of the urban population is going to be live in urban areas by 2030, and it is expected to reach by 50 to 60% by 2050. So there is also limited funding with respect to the some of the cities, because the area of the city are very large, and the fund available is very meager to meet the expenses. And there is a lot of lack of coordination and also the integration of some of the plans, and there is a private sector collaboration is missing. Some of the projects were carried out on PPP model. Some of the time the execution is ineffective. So there are, considering these challenges, we try to understand how the smart city has shown its footprint in with respect to the two important cities. One is Coimbatore, and the one is Srinagar. Coimbatore is located in the hilly region, southern part of India, in a hilly region, whereas if you look at Srinagar, which is part of the Himalayan terrain. So this is the we have considered the remote sensing data acquired by remote sensing data from 1985 to 2013, and we have used the standard protocol of analyzing remote sensing data, and also we have done the landscape metrics analysis to understand the shape and also the complexity associated with the smart cities. So this shows the temporal change in the city, especially considering the Coimbatore. Coimbatore had around 35% area under urban cover, whereas it has reached 79% by 2023 because of the various economic activities, special economic zones, and also the increase in the population, as well as migration from the other parts of the Tamil Nadu. And Coimbatore is considered one of the highest urban agglomeratory across Tamil Nadu. And when you consider in order to understand the impact of the urban area along with the peri-urban region, so we have also looked at the 10-kilometer buffer. When you look at the 10-kilometer buffer, the peri-urban area of most of the agricultural land was transformed into the urban areas, and there is a 16% loss in agriculture cover, and followed by 13% loss in the barren fields. So when you look at Srinagar city, so Srinagar depicts the fertile agriculture land from 1995 to 2017. But when you consider post 2017, most of the region is getting more and more urbanized because of the higher migration rate. So there it is also accounted 48% of increase in the urban area due to the migration. When you consider the city with 10-kilometer buffer, there is a mushroom growth of unauthorized colonies noticed in the valley area, and also some of the hilly region, and also a lot of the environmental condition also getting affected, and also there is a heavy urban growth pattern is noticed in the western part of the Srinagar region. So when you consider the spatial metrics explains the shape as well as the complexity of the landscape. When you consider the number of patches, the earlier the number of patches were more with respect to the city center, and when you consider the 2023, this is becoming compact growth. That's where the lesser number of the patches were noticed. Whereas if you look at the peri-urban area, there is a higher number of patches, which clearly shows there is a higher fragmentation. When you consider the Srinagar also depict the same, especially if you consider the buffer region has large number of patches, which shows the higher fragmented and more edges were formed. If you look at the Euclidean nearest distance has reduced with when you consider the city because of the compact growth, whereas if you look at the outskirts, the Euclidean distance has also getting reduced because of the because of the more and more isolated patches. So the shape of the peri-urban area is becoming complex, and because of that, more and more patches and with disconnected edges. So to conclude, the smart cities have shown a significant contribution to the Indian GDP, but smart city initiatives are required to be need to be some of the planning need to be reconsidered, and there is a rapid urban growth which is which is posing a serious challenge on the smart city mission, and also the planning need to be balanced with the more and more quality of the ecosystem consideration than solely depending on the economic activities. So smart city planning need to be unified, and it should aim to the achieve sustainable developmental framework, and also in order to make sure that you have a national and a global economy standards were followed. So with this, I'm concluding my talk. Thank you one and all for this opportunity. Namaskaram.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Uh, Very thank you to submit the paper, Bharat Setru, in the title of the land use dynamics and challenges in smart cities, a temporal and spatial perspective. So the theme is very nice, it seems, and the vision of the paper is again, it is very good. It can be drafted and it can be articulated very nicely. So related to this paper, I like to give you some of the comments and suggestions. So firstly, let me give you some comments. One is the identification of the area is very nice, but the articulation of the objective has not been mentioned very clearly. So I think it is good to write the objective of the vision that you are targeting. I believe that you are focusing in the articulation to highlight the problems of the land that is being crowded due to the urbanization. So that you are saying that the population is being transact to the rural to the urbanization, and that is becoming the public of the traffic congregation, that is being the problem of the traffic congregation, pollution and inadequate services. But on the other hand, the methodologies that you have used and the data clarities that you have used is not very clear. So I give you some of the suggestions that you should write some of the proper suggestion. You have to write some of the proper, you have to write some of the proper data clarity, that what size of the data you have taken, what size, what area of the demographic land you have taken, and that will help you to show clearly into the observation, into the experiment of the spatial matrix and the Euclidean Manhattan formulation. Again, these two methods you have used very strongly, but unfortunately you have used some of the important parameters, like the starting point of the Euclidean and ending point of the Euclidean, that is the space distances, is not very much clear. So the potential of the impact of the methods is not sounding. So I will suggest you to articulate with the some of the proper parameter for getting the spatial matrix, again related to the Euclidean Manhattan calculations. So I hope you will be able to do it. So I'll suggest the committee to accept the paper with some of the major modifications. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Ashiya Savanurkar. I am going to present a research paper titled Unlocking Sustainable Development with Artificial Intelligence, India's Part 2 2047. By 2047, India's aims to become a developed and sustainable nation under its vision of Viksit Bharat at the rate 2047. To achieve this, India must meet the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which focus on key issues like poverty, education, healthcare, climate change. However, with over 1.4 million people, this requires innovation, not just resources. AI can analyze large amount of data, find patterns, and offer solutions to tackle these challenges. My paper explores how AI can help India achieve its development goals, its application, and the challenges involved. India's challenges and the role of AI. India faces challenges like poverty, limited resources, unequal access to education and healthcare, and climate change. AI helps break down these problems into smaller, easier to solve parts. Let's look at how AI is already making a difference. Poverty alleviation. AI analyzes data to identify areas most in need. Tools like the direct benefit transfer system ensure that subsidies and welfare benefits reach the right people, reducing corruption and waste. Then, education. AI powered learning tools help students by adapting to their needs, whether they are in cities or villages. AI also support teachers in designing lessons and tracking student progress, making education more accessible. After that, healthcare. AI helps detect diseases early, such as Niramai, which finds a breast cancer using a simple, affordable method. Telemedicine allows patients in remote areas to consult doctor online, and AI helps plan health program better. Then climate change or climate action. AI predicts weather, tracks deforestation, and improve renewable energy use. For example, Tata Power uses AI to manage energy grids and reduce emissions. Then urban development. AI supports smart cities by improving traffic flow, waste management, and water distribution. This makes cities cleaner and more efficient. Challenges, there are the challenges, okay, and ethics consideration. AI comes with some challenges like uh, data privacy. AI needs a lot of data, which can raise concerns about misuse. Bias. If the data is biased, AI may create unfair solutions. Then, digital divide. Not everyone has access to AI, which can widen inequality. Ethics. AI must be fair, clear, and accountable. To handle these challenges, India should build strong rules for using AI, teach digital skills, and encourage teamwork between governments, businesses, and universities. Thank you.
Good evening again to the team of the Vedanta. And again, this is the second paper of the Ashiya Rafik, which is written on the title Unlocking Sustainable Development with AI, India Path to 2047. I like to give some of the important comments and suggestions to the author, and I'll say my decision at the end to the committee members of the Vedanta. So, this is my understanding related to this topic is the author has tried to make some of the uh, understanding related to the sustainable development with AI. But unfortunately, some comments and suggestions has been find out it, the paper. So some of the important comments says that like format of the paper is not exist anywhere. I hope the format was received by the author. So none of the format has been followed, whether it is APA or IEEE or any other formats that were provided by the conference concepts. Again, the paper does not highlight any of the problem, objective, literature review, methodologies, experiments. So generic things has been written, generic content has been mentioned. It is very generic. There is no specific idea that has been given to the readers. What I understand for as a suggestion for the suggestions to the author, that they should think that what we are giving to the readers and the concepts of the paper should have to focus like what will be the role of the development of AI in the industry, in the society, in the academics, in health section, or in rest of the governmental or non-governmental organization. So if it has been focused and has been given some of the model and path, including the AI, then of course it is understandable. But author missed all of this and none of the articulation has been made in the paper. So finally, I would suggest the committee to not continue with this article. I strongly disagree to include it in the conference because of the lot of the mess in the article. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Jyoti Khandelwal, currently working as an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at the University of Engineering Management, Jaipur. With a strong academic background and passion of research, my primary focus lies in information security and emerging technique. I am dedicated to exploring the innovation solution that enhance the cybersecurity and contribute the technological advancement. First, I like to thanks to the conference conveners.
Hi everyone. This is Dr. Madhu B K. Presenting a paper on kind of a threat modeling, which is of to secure software engineering kind of thing, where you are building the softwares or applications which will have its own security measures, and in turn, because of the security measures, you will end up in doing a app application which is of very high profile. So let me share the content to you. So this is my paper altogether. Yeah. So you can see that the paper title goes like this: Secure Software Development and AI Enhanced Threat Modeling Lifecycle. So all these days, in coming days, again, I'm Dr. Madhu B K from Professor and Dean and from Vijay Vikas Institute of Engineering and Technology, Mysore. So coming back to the title of this, threat modeling is a structure, what you do for for developing a software in which you implement measures which makes the whole process very secure. So something like when you develop a software, there are stages of the software. Like example, in a requirement analysis, if you have kind of a threat modeling, so what we will be doing there is, what are the possible threats to that particular software in the question, that will be answered. Now we are doing this, software companies are doing this, Microsoft started this, but many companies are doing this probably from past 8 to 9 years or 10 years. But using artificial intelligence to the software development itself is a newer thing. And in that, adding the software like AI interfaces to a threat modeling is fine, first of its kind. So going further, this paper gives a light, what do you call, things on what is artificial intelligence. Nothing much on that, but it tells how it is implemented in the software, what do you call, how it is implemented in the software development altogether. So if you see, software development life cycle has its own standards, its own time frame to do it. It's an activity which needs a design. It's an activity consists of the people, and it is an activity where cost is the main thing. So whenever cost is incurred, time is incurred, we should not delay it or make it with less quality. So implementation of artificial intelligence techniques to the software development model, specifically to the threat modeling, gives us an impact, or it makes us a very secure software development we can do. Similarly, we can make all algorithms of artificial intelligence to draw the, what you call, instead of a group of people doing it, it is kind of human and artificial intelligence, or a human computer interface. So it will happen like that. So going further, as introduction is to increase the complexity of the software project demands. Innovation solution to enhance efficiency and quality is definitely needed. That's what I was talking about. And AI technologies emerge as a transformative force for the efficiency. So what is efficiency here is, see, we develop software on a daily basis for different domains, different applications. How far we are developing some softwares which are error free, which can be trusted, and it is optimal in terms means that is the best solution as of the now it is possible to this particular problem. So that is where this whole picture come into things. So I've done quite a literature survey on this, quite an enhanced things I've done. So it's yeah, there is something called as natural language processing, and which drags the information to the AI tools, and later it can be tracked into the whatever the solutions it can have. So that is what we are using it. So there are many methods of giving inputs the artificial intelligence tools altogether. So okay, going further, there is something called as a mixed method approach. What is a mixed method approach in a quantitative and qualitative, also in the human interface and the AI intervention? So what happens? Are we grown enough that whole procedure can be handed over to artificial intelligence? No, we have not gone to that stage. Or are we in a stage where artificial intelligence intervention in the software development is not needed? No, there are some places which we can speed up and we can do it. So we have to come with a quality checking kind of thing, and kind of a like quantitative checking of things. So concurrently, we will perform a case study on the organizations. Means this is not the, this paper is a starting of it. So next, what happens? We will go to the organization. We'll see how exactly things are implemented. In my initial survey, my earlier papers and all, artificial intelligence, implementation of artificial intelligence in a software development, specifically for the testing purpose, particularly for the medical purpose, still in the books. It is not yet implemented at the core level what is expected. So there is a lot of potential, lot of what you call topics are there in which we can do it. So here we see a simple step of how threat model can be done. See, aim, threat model and artificial intelligence intervention in the threat model, how exactly comes shown in this picture. What it tells is, first aim where you have to implement a intervention. First aim at objective of it, means you want to do it in a requirement phase, you want to do it in a design phase, you want to do it in a testing phase, or you want to do it in a maintenance phase. So where you want to do it, aim it, then make a visualization of it. It's a human study, you do it. How AI can do it, where is the repetitive processor. If you think about the software development process, way back 10 years back, 15 years back, we were talking like whole software development should be a manual process. There may not be a human intervention. But later, now if you see, half things are what you call app based is there even in the software development. Now in future it is AI development. So do a visualization where I can implement as on day, as on now, with the technology available. Then identification of how to do it, what to do it. Mitigation is check, is there any problem or not as of now to implementing this, then validate and implement it. So short thing on implementation phase here, the phase of this research will involve a examination of the 8 tools tailored for a SDLC process. For example, in the requirement gathering, tools utilized NLP will be integrated to analyze user feedback and extract requirements automatically. To be very specific, in a requirement stage, you have something called as use case, and later when it comes to threat modeling, we call it as a abuse case. Means use case is how regular user uses it. Now, if a user intensely accessing your application to just deframe it or check it, or he wants to dismantle things. So if you are a normal person, you log in. If you are a person who wants to see that it can be corrupted or not, what you will do is you will go for a stage where you log into some other means, try to give a wrong password, try to give a 2 or 3 times and see that what happens. So these are the cases we will consider in the requirement phase, which called as abuse case. Means literally you are abusing the app. That's a software. Means you are giving a wrong inputs and seeing how it reacts. That is where we list separately. So that is where traditional software development life cycle, and this is very different. How it happens is traditional, we only consider good, some here and there, positive and negative feedbacks are there. Here, abuse means intentionally a professionalist who wants to change, who wants to literally wants to give some wrong input and say the whole system. We are documenting, we are talking to him, or we are tackling it. That will be idealized, or that will be decided at the requirement stage. So that's what this whole implementation stuff. So if you see here, how we adopt threat model is study threat modeling. Means already threat models, many companies are doing this. So study as of now, what do you call 5 to 6 threat models, which is done in the different companies. See how they are doing it. Analyze and compare what exactly what you call different threat model, whether it is good or bad. See, there are many bigger projects, there are many smaller projects. There are ERP projects, they are product based, what you call learning. There are something called medical projects. So where you can apply, how you can design a new threat model using an AI simulation. So that is the similar step. So it looks 3 smaller modules, but what happens? What we're doing is something new. So in conclusion, the integration of AI into software development lifecycle models, particularly within a threat model, represents a significant shift with both immense potential and inherited challenge. So what exactly happens here is, just imagine when AI, instead of making one threat model for one sequence, for example, requirement analysis again, if you are creating a login page, I'll write an use case. As a human being, I can write another 2 abuse cases. But if you give this to AI will generate 5 to 6 options. 5 to 6 options for how a user may do. And also, it is easy to catch a cyber criminal or a hacker easily because of all these things. So in the cyber world, where we are daily wise, we are getting mails, Trojan mails we are getting, and apps or what you call, this is what coming to us. But how many backend people are trying to deframe or trying to crack the software is more. It's happening endless time. So if you start building the software at the core, I mean, whenever building only make it very proper and all, then there is a less chance of attacker goes into the application and who can change it. So that is what altogether. So there is a lot more in this. So a few references. There are many what you call publications are there. IEEE publication. Threat modeling is studied a lot. I mean, how to write and all. Implementation of the artificial intelligence threat model, less. We don't have any publication. AI driven threat intelligence and proactive defense. In this paper, they tell how exactly AI can be, in what level can be implemented. Machine algorithms in a cyber security is to save the components, data and all that is discussed here. There is many papers like this which we have got. So going back to the sanity of this paper altogether in a short time give a glimpse of there is a lot more thing of application of artificial intelligence in software development life cycle itself. I have taken a small instance of how to write a threat model using a artificial intelligence methods. So this is all about small thing. Your queries and all is open every time. There is a lot more research can be done in implementation of artificial intelligence within the software development process. There is a lot can be done in a requirement phrasing. A lot more can be done in a generating a test cases. A lot more can be done in the like test model creations you can do. There is a design creation, already design creations. Lot things. Every stage can be looked upon in a different manner. So there is a lot of research in this particular field. So hope I make a sense of this short presentation. Thanks for the time. Thanks for the chance or for this. Thank you.
I'm very pleased to review the paper Secure Software Development and AI Enhanced Threat Modeling Lifecycle by Dr. Madhu B K. This paper explored the crucial role of AI in secure software development, partially, and we can say dedicated to the threat modeling system. There are some strengths of this papers, like it's very relevant and timely work for AI-driven security in growing necessity. Comparatively cover AI integration across all the SDLC phases. Strong literature review, well researched with the recent studies. Robust methodology uses the interview and case studies for real-world insights. And practical impact, like highlighting the AI tools enhancing the security and efficiency. There are some area of improvement for this paper, like need a deeper discussion on AI risk, like bias and advisable attack can be utilized for the future work. Some case studies detail could be expanded with the measurable outcome, because it is really required if the case studies deeply enhanced and included. The framework would benefit from the clearest visual and the structured guidelines. So framework is required, which is missing in this paper, so it can be included in further study. A detailed roadmap for the future research would enhance this paper impact, so that from where the next researcher would start working on this paper, it will be easy for them. The conclusion, I can say this is a valuable and well-researched paper. Strengthening these aspects which I mentioned will make this more impactful. Thank you so much for your time, and all the very best to Mr. Dr. Madhu B K. Thank you so much.
Hello, myself Roshni, and I'm a research scholar in JSS STU, Mysuru. Today, to start with, I'll start with the proverb, that is, research is creating new knowledge. It has no limits, and I believe in innovation. Okay, then in the name of God, I just like to start my presentation. I am a research scholar doing my PhD in software testing, and the more innovation ideas to improve software testing in industry. So today, coming to the topic, or coming to the presentation, coming to my topic, my topic is the title of the title of the topic of the presentation is as such: a comprehensive study of AI in test case generation, analyzing industry trends, and developing a predictive model. I'm doing my PhD under the guidance of Dr. Guru. He's also an associate professor and in computer science department, JSS Mysuru. Okay, then let's see. Let me start with the introduction of the paper, and I would like to share the paper as well. Okay, I'm sharing my paper. This is my paper. Coming to the abstract, we all know that from decade it has been proven that software testing is a vital component of the software development lifecycle. It ensures the reliability, functionality, and performance. However, traditional test case generation methods faces a lot of challenges as high time and also resource sharing, demand, and susceptibility to human error. It also has a lot of human errors because as it is manual. In large scale and in complex software system also, it faces a lot of challenges. So this paper it provides an extensive exploration of AI application in software test case generation, focusing on analyzing the current industry trends, practices, and creating a predictive model to design the to optimize the critical aspects of software quality assurance. To address these limitations, the adaptation of AI techniques for automation and improving the test case generation has gained significant tractions. So this paper actually has two objectives. That is, first, to analyze existing AI-driven testing techniques and strategies for test case generation, and the second objective involves designing and implementing a predictive model for optimizing test case generation using advanced AI techniques. So coming to the introduction, we all know that in a software life cycle, testing plays a very important and crucial role to provide the quality and reliable, robust test mechanism for a cycle, for a product in industry. So, however, the traditional test case generation methods often faces a lot of challenges because it is time consuming and resource intensibility is less. It is susceptible to human errors as well, and especially when dealing with complex and large software system. Software system. So application of AI-driven technique in software test case generation and development, a predictive model. This is what I said. This is the first objective, and how this objective works is here. That is, the first objective is to analyze the current industry practices in AI-enabled test case generation. We are dealing only with test case generation over here because my topic is to enhance the test case generation only. And then here, this involves a comprehensive review of search-based algorithms such as genetic algorithm and a genetic algorithm in a particular swarm optimization. That is, we are using machine learning methodologies, and it also involves supervised and reinforced learning and natural language processing techniques. The study further evaluates the applicability of these methods across various testing levels. That is, it might be unit level testing, integration integration level testing, system testing, or it can also be in the acceptance level testing. And a diverse software domain includes it also includes web application domains also, that is such as web application, mobile platform enabled system, and safety critical environments also. These are the different domains where we can put in this testing, put in this model of testing. Coming to the second objective, the second objective focuses on development of an AI-based predictive model design to optimize the test case generation by advanced machine level learning algorithm architecture such as RNN, that is recurrent neural networks, the recurrent neural networks, that is RNN algorithm, and long short-term memory architecture or networks also. We will be using all these type of deep learning algorithms to in the AI model to improve the test case generation in our software, for a software, and also transform based models. This research also seeks to address the critical challenges in testing. And what are the critical challenges in testing? The best test case generation is one of the most critical challenges in testing. So these challenges are being addressed are being trying to address in my research. The model design ensures the flexibility by training on the data sets. And how these can be done? These can be done by training the data sets, including the software requirement specification, that is the SRS, and also taking the SRS into picture. Taking that, we will be learning the SRS, and then we will be also learning the historic test cases, like the before test cases, and then the source code, the execution traces, to minimize the test coverage and minimize the test suite size. And furthermore, the model incorporates the priority stages to enhance the fault detection and to optimize the overall test efficiency. So this paper presents, my paper is a comprehensive study of application of AI in software test case generation, in analyzing the current industry trends, identifying the key challenges, and developing a novel predictive model using a deep learning to optimize this crucial aspects of the software assurance quality. The study benchmarks the model against the traditional methods. This also, we are going to compare the more traditional methods of the testing, the traditional methods of testing, and also AI-based approach. This my research deals with the comparison and the comparison of the traditional based and also the AI-based approaches, and demonstrating its potential to ensure the test efficiency and effectiveness. These are the few literature surveys. These are few publication from past 5 years. It says that the techniques of AI, what techniques they have used in AI, and the application and area on which they focused on, and the key contribution also, and which year the paper is taken from. These are few literature survey which I have actually done for my research. Here they have used a lot of AI applications also. These are the AI techniques. They have used deep learning, and then they have used reinforcement learning. And for what domain also we have mentioned here. I have actually mentioned for what domain they have used also. That is the application area and focus also, and what contribution they have done for this research, and what I can take for my research also is being jotted out over here. And then coming to the next one is, that is the implementation in the industry for AI in test case generation. In industry, why AI should be used for test case generation? So in industry, they are actually using for test automation design, for defect prediction and prioritization, optimizing of test suits, content-aware testing, and continuous testing in DevOps. We'll be seeing what are the key implementation focuses on automation, precision, and efficiency across various stages of software testing. In automated test case generation, AI model such as NLP, that is natural language processing, are developed to analyze the software requirements and to use and to specification and to also specify and automatically generate the test cases. This AI can be used to automatically generate the test cases, which is going to become very useful for the testers in industry. So this also reduces the manual efforts and ensures the comprehensive coverage of the functional and non-functional requirements. Coming to the defect prediction and prioritization, machine learning algorithm analyzes the historic test cases and predicts the pattern to predict the high risk in the code base. This also helps in prioritizing the test cases and to use for further testing. And another one is optimizing the test suits. AI-based techniques like genetic algorithm and reinforcement learning algorithm also optimizes the test cases and also eliminates the redundancy in the high code coverage, which also it actually eliminates the redundant code test cases, that the repeated test cases also can be reduced to reduce the time and to maintain a high code coverage. And then coming to the content aware testing, here it is the AI to generate the adaptive and content aware test scenarios. It is being used, and continuous testing in DevOps. That is, it follows a pipeline for real test feedbacks, and also we can use this when we have to produce a product on time to the customer. That is we have to continuously do the testing to ensure the quality and to deliver the product on time to the customer. And coming to this picture, it shows the key growth from past 5 years in industry. That is deep learning. That is in AI. What are the key growths that are happening in the industry? That is, deep learning has become increasingly dominant, and reinforcement learning is being gaining traction. Natural language processing also plays a crucial role in requirement-based testing. Generative AI, natural language processing plays a crucial role in requirement-based testing. Generative adversarial network are emerging for data and code generation. Integration in AI with traditional methods and focuses on specific domains. Coming to the methodology part, this research follows what methodology we have been following in this paper or in my research is this usually my research is based on the mixed method approach. That is, I am taking we are taking industry trends analysis also. We'll be doing a analysis in the industry as well as a normal literature also. That is, it conducts through a systematic literature review, analysis of industry reports, and examines to open source projects using AI for testing, and data collected includes relevant AI techniques, application area, and report benefits also. So it is a mixed method. That is, we'll be taking the input from the industry as well, from the literature survey as well, from the papers as well, and then we will be doing a report. And then coming to the predictive model development and predictive model development. This development, what is a predictive model development and what is my model? That is it. We will be using a deep learning algorithms, deep learning models such as RNN, that is LSTM, and transformers to predict the optimal test cases. The model is trained on a data set of test cases before, which we have got from the industry, and the code changes and the bug reports. Excuse me. Coming to the experimental evaluation, the model is evaluated using a matrices such as fault detection rate, or the suit size, the code coverage. The results are also compared with the traditional method and also the AI-based techniques. This is the analysis of the industry trends from past 5 years. It is the same as the before explained. What actually impacts on test case generation is also being given over here. The impact of test case generation is being explained in the last column. That is, it improves the test efficiency by focusing on high risk test cases. It also reduces the manual effort and improves the test coverage. It improves the test coverage, and it improves the traceability and reduces the ambiguity in the test cases. It enables adaptive, efficient exploration of the test space. What we get. It also improves the effectiveness of testing in different domains also. And coming to the next part is the predictive flow model. In this diagram, it actually depicts the predictive flow model of the test case generation. The TC is nothing but the test case generation. Don't get confused. This diagram is a staircase-like structure illustrating the concept of progressive development of stepwise reinforcement in the process of the workflow in the industry. That is, each step represents a stage or a phase, progressing upward, and the right symbolizes upwards to the right. That is, it's stepwise to the upper to the right. Okay, and then each step has a stage, and it also what are the stages in the test, in the flow, in the what are the tests, what are the stages in the generation of the test cases also being given here. The upward arrow indicates the transition or the improvement from one level to the next level. The first one is we get the input base, that we get the input data sets for the test case generation. First is the input. The second is the feature extraction. That is what we need for our test, for the suitable for that suitable project is being extracted. And then the predictive model, and we are going to predict a model for this test case for the proper model. And then the next one is generating the optimal test cases, and also we are going to prioritize the optimization, whether that test cases is the most valuable test case is being progressive optimization is also being done. And again, the feedback is being given for upgrading. So this is the flow diagram for a predictive flow model for test case generation. Okay, then coming to the conclusion, AI is again transforming software test case generation by offering automation, efficiency, effectiveness solution. This paper provides a comprehensive overview of industry trends and proposes a novel approach, predictive model that leverages deep learning to optimize the test case generation. The experimental result demonstrates the potential of AI to significantly improve the software quality, reduce the test costs, and further research directions are also being mentioned here. That is, exploring more advanced AI techniques and addressing the challenges of data availability and model interpretability, and applying the proposed model to different software domains also. That is, it might be a web application or any other mobile application, Also, my future study also can be for the other domains also. And okay, then coming to the end of this presentation, thank you everyone for giving me a chance and for giving me a chance to present my paper and my research work. Thank you everyone. Good day.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Jyoti Khandelwal, currently working as an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at the University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur. I am here to present my review of the paper titled A Comparative Study of AI in Test Case Generation Analysis, Industry Trends and Developing a Predictive Model, authored by Roshni Kanth and Dr. R. Raghu. This paper is focused on application of artificial intelligence in test case generation, a critical aspect of modern software testing. The strength of this papers are which I find out that this paper is address the AI driven testing which is transforming software quality process. Also it covered the AI techniques like machine learning, deep learning, NLP, GAN method and reinforcement training application across the various testing levels. The paper is analyzing the industry trends over the past 5 years and propose a predictive model for test case generation. It combined industrial analysis, model development and experimental evaluation for a well-rounded approach. Which I find out that there are some improvement area in this paper are the practical validation. Model details can be included for future explanation of AI model design, training process and performance evolution would enhance the technical clarity. The challenges discuss on limitations like data availability and AI model interpretability could improve this paper also. Visual representation including the diagram or flowchart of a perspective model would be understanding. So at the end I like to say overall the paper is valuable contributions of AI driven software testing, enhancing real world validation and adding more technical details would increase its practical impact. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Hi, welcome to Conference on Sustainable Development Goals 2030, Bridging Gap, Building Future for Viksit Bharat at 2047. I'm Rumana Anjum, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Vidyavikas Institute of Engineering and Technology, Mysuru, Karnataka. My research topic is Medical Imaging and AI, Advancements in Bone Age Prediction, that incorporates two major SDGs, SDG number 3 and SDG number 9, which includes the application of AI in healthcare industry. AI is being used in all sectors of healthcare, but my paper depicts the application of AI specifically in radiology for bone age detection. Bone age detection or bone age predictions are being done in order to know the different types of disorders like hormone disorder, puberty, or any kind of disorder in human being. After a certain age, the bone gets diffused. So medical practitioners uses the different convolutional methods like ossification, GPTW methods by using the different images of either tooth or hand and wrist images in terms of radiographs, X-rays, CT scans, MRIs and ultrasounds. This traditional methods is a bit time consuming and sometimes inconsistent. With the application of deep learning algorithms, medical practitioners can have a faster and accurate access to the results and diagnosis. There is a buzz stating that AI is going to replace medical practitioners, but I would like to state that AI is going to help and assist medical practitioners in their diagnosis. Now, talking about the different algorithms, we have many deep learning algorithms like convolutional neural networks, artificial neural networks, recurrent neural networks that are being applied. So identifying on the specific method in terms of atlas, then applying AI is going to bridge the gap between the healthcare and the technology. Based on the study or based on the survey done so far, bone age varies from region to region, places to places, and from male to female. So, for example, if you take USA, the most commonly applied method by the practitioners is TW3. If you take UAE, it is GP method. If you take China, you have a method called as RUS. So there are different methods that are being applied in different regions. Now, how this DLL model are going to help in predicting the bone age? So usually the practitioners compares the chronological age with the bone age by applying the conventional methods. There is a method for or approach for analyzing or collecting of the data. Now, when we talk about the advantages of DLL models, they are accurate, efficient, they have a higher throughput and predicts the diseases in the early stage. At the same time, there are some challenges that we need to address. As we know, when we are working with DLL models, huge data is involved. So how are we going to get the significant amount of data? How are we going to manage it? How best there is a approach for interoperability, and how are we going to address the ethical issues? All these are some of the challenges that has to be addressed when we are going for the DLL models. We have done a comparative study by applying t-test and ANOVA, wherein in the first approach we have just applied the traditional approach without using AI, and the second approach is by applying AI to the same data. We have collected 5 years data for around 50 to 60 images. When we talk about the images, in my paper we have considered only the radiographs. We are not going for any other type. We are majorly using the radiographs. So 50 to 60 radiographs of 5 different years were collected and applied, and we could see that there is improvement in the results when compared to the traditional approach. So I would like to conclude that AI is a boon to the healthcare industry, wherein there is a huge amount of accuracy, efficiency, and many more. Probably the future scope could be in terms of merging of the different methods and AI algorithms and checking for the validity. Now, when the results are out, the results will be given to the medical practitioners to assess, and only they are going to assess and validate the results given by the AI models. So I would like to conclude stating that smart technology, healthier tomorrow. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Jyoti Khandelwal, currently working as an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science Engineering at the University of Engineering Management, Jaipur. I am here to present my review of the paper titled Medical Images and AI Advancement in Bone Age Prediction, authored by Rumana Anjum and Dr. Madhu B K. This paper is focused on the application of artificial intelligence in bone age prediction, a critical area in predatory radiology. The key strength of the paper are they are very relevant and timely. They are actually discuss this topic. The paper is highlighted the AI growing role in bone age assessment, which is crucial for the diagnostic growth disorder in children. Comparisons like a compare of traditional bone age method like GP and the TW with the modern AI techniques such as CNN, RNN and ANN transformer. It's also the paper is emphasized how the deep learning model can be automated bone age estimation, reduce the workload for radiologists and improve the diagnostic accuracy. The practical specification about this paper is AI model, particularly CNN and attention-based network, show potential to outperform the traditional method, reducing the human error and inter-observation variability. The area of improvement, more real-world case studies and results from the hospital setting would be strengthen this paper practical value. The paper could discuss the limitations like data availability, quality variation across the region and privacy concern. Also, the addressing the black box nature of AI model, improving the model interpretability will enhance the clinical trust. Using the flow diagrams and comparative charts showing the traditional AI bone age prediction and improve the readability. At the end, I like to say this is a well-researched paper offering the valuable insight into AI-driven bone age assessment, enhancing the clinical validation and discussing the challenges like data privacy and AI model transparency with the increasing its impact on real-world medical practice. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to review this paper. Thank you.